Yes, we've got another Tower of Babble where we listen to your feedback about stories we're doing on thetiger.com. Now, every day we publish or we republish an updated article which is called the Complete Thailand Travel Guide. Obviously, at the moment, there's quite a lot of focus on the new special tourist visa, so we've got the latest information on that as well. So any updates that occur on any of the information related to people coming back to Thailand, we update that particular travel guide every single day. Here are some of the responses. Toby was focusing on the British Embassy's assistance in trying to get back to Thailand.
The British Embassy will be absolutely useless. In fact, they will make it almost impossible to contact, and if they are contacted they will delay answering. All a UK citizen will receive is bland cut and paste advice that will be near useless. The British Embassy have evolved a complicated system to avoid work, and the basis of it is avoid contact.
Now, I have to say some of the names that people use when they're posting comments on our website may not necessarily be their own. Precy seems to have a problem with the whole attitude of the Thai government towards reintroducing tourism.
Thailand has to stop all this. Just pick a few zones. Maybe start with islands with airports like Phuket and Samui, and allow direct flights to Phuket, and follow-on flights to Samui, and just rely on test and trace only. No quarantine. The Thai government needs to actively campaign to bring people back, rather than just assume they will come, especially with all these quarantine things. Thailand also needs to talk to Western countries to get Thailand on the green list.
This mother, Genevieve, had a lot of questions about the new special tourist visa.
What happens if you test positive in Thailand? I am assuming an asymptomatic positive. I suppose I could fall ill on the flight, but if I feel unwell beforehand, I'm obviously staying home. I mean, do they send you on a flight back home immediately? Do they take you to an observation area, and for how long? Are you put in hospital quarantine? Are you separated from other family members, such as your 7-year-old daughter? And then what happens to her if yes?
And Jean-Marie was certainly wondering what's all the fuss about Westerners trying to get back to Thailand.
Unless one has a strong reason to want to return to Thailand, such as family reunion, expats now out the kingdom, I don't understand this urge for Western tourists to come to Thailand. The currency remains too high, and there is no indication the government has the will to rectify this situation.
Cam's comment certainly reflects a lot of the responses we've had about the new visa. Quarantine is still the big stumbling block.
I have tickets to come in March, but I'm losing hope that things will be open by then. I'm fully prepared for whatever measures are imposed, other than 14-day quarantine. If that's still in place, unfortunately my wife and I will have to postpone until that's lifted.
And finally, Remo used a quote from the Bank of Thailand to underline the entire problem about any reintroduction of tourism back to Thailand.
If foreign travelers still cannot visit the country, this will impact Thailand's economic growth more severely next year. The government should strike a balance between tourism measures and outbreak containment.
Well, that's the Tower of Babble for today. Your responses to some of our website stories. We've got responses on the website, also on our Facebook page. If you do comment, you might be used in this segment or other parts of our website. But you're invited to comment about any of our stories anytime. We look forward to it, and we'll see you next time on The Tiger.